This week on Blue Collar Compendium, I work on a free lawnmower and hopefully get it running. This lawnmower came to me from a friend who, since the lawnmower had just stopped working, he just wanted to get rid of it because he was moving. I decided to see if the mower starts. Oil's good. Fuel smells pretty bad and I probably should drain it. Fuel primer pump is not siphoning any gas. Time to take a closer look. First thing I notice is no air filter. Then I look around and it actually looks pretty clean. But it's time to take everything apart because, well, the fuel primer bulb is not pulling any fuel into the carburetor. Sometimes I wish they'd just use the same screw to put everything together just to make user maintenance a lot easier. But there's reasons why they can't, and that's what I guess makes some of this fun, is trying to figure it out on my own. I remove the carburetor and then set about to taking the fuel tank off so I can drain everything and make sure that none of the old bad gas is there and that there's no gunk or anything in the carburetor or the fuel tank. And other than bad gas, there doesn't look to be any particulates in the carburetor. So I think I'll just spray it out with some carb cleaner and put it back together and see if it works. Putting it all back together is kind of like adult Legos, only without the little booklet to go along to help you along. So it's kind of fun to figure it out and That's where I get some of the enjoyment. But it goes together pretty easily, pretty self-explanatory. Probably didn't have to pull the spark plug, but it ends up looking okay. And I'm not sure if this is a good technique or all, but I've done it before, and what I like about it is it kind of burns off all the bad gunk, and then I take a wire brush to it and then scrape it all off, and it turns out pretty clean. But you guys will have to tell me if that's something I shouldn't be doing. But I've done it all my life, so let me know. The gap on this spark plug is supposed to be around 30 thousandths, and it's a little outside of that, so I gotta adjust it. I think the motor kicked over from some residual solvent that I had when I cleaned the carburetor out, because it would not stay running after this. And despite my best efforts, the carburetor was not pulling any fuel into the motor. Well, time for a new carburetor. So I ordered this carburetor kit off Amazon, and it came with everything I needed.
snip this off right here. I think this will pull off. And then I can undo this spring clamp. And carefully force this hose off. Don't want to tear it because I need to save this hose. I'm getting fuel. Take these guys off too. Cool.
Well, they look the same, which is good. So let's see if we can't make this work. And it also looks like this kit that I got comes with everything I need. Even double gaskets. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but these gaskets are good. So it appears I'll end up reusing this part. No, so that's fine. And then this new guy will snap on there like this. In fact, I'll go ahead and take this guy off because I don't think I'll need it. Do a quick test fit. Yeah, looks like that'll work. So this kit from Amazon, that's the part number right there. Made in Chinois. So I'll use the Briggs & Stratton backing plate, and then we'll do a new carb with this cover plate and a filter. Now, I don't think I'll need these hoses. Cool. Well, let's get to it. I'll do is I'll put the throttle cable governor doohickey on. That's the technical name for it. Put this guy on there, and then sliding it on to that orifice right there, which is the intake. But before that, I'm going to reattach the fuel hose, which always goes on easier than it comes off. Press that guy on there. Reattach my spring clamp. That's a job for regular needle nose. I like these spring clamps. I like them better than hose clamps because they adjust with the temperature. So if everything's warm, they kind of expand a little bit, so they move with the hose right there. That's why I think they're better than standard hose clamps. So similar to this. So these guys have their place and they're real good, but I like these better for motors. All right, well, let's attach this fella. Somebody's gonna throw somebody will throw a fit about using an impact tip. Oh, jeez. Well, maybe they won't throw a fit because I won't get the screws in. Alright, we'll try this by hand. Generally, I don't recommend starting threads with it. But these guys are a little different. Often they're cutting threads into that for the first time. Into that carburetor. But if you've been doing this for a minute, like you can definitely feel if you're starting to cross thread within the first, daggone it. And then the first couple threads. So if there's resistance, I back off and then I can usually restart it and chase those threads with a good screw. Alright. Let's see if it's as easy as that. Alright, 3 times. Cool. It works. Well, I normally don't like to say this, but China for the win. Those parts came within a week, and as you can see, like I didn't do any trickery. Like you guys watched it on camera. I pressed the button, well, more than 3 times to prime the carburetor. And then it started on, oh shoot, I don't remember, 2nd or 3rd turn. Appreciate you guys watching and joining me on the journey of fixing a free lawnmower. So I'll see you guys next week.